The story begins in a school. The children are sitting comfortably and eating lunch. There is laughter and joy all around. Suddenly, a blue light flashes in a girl's eyes. In the next moment, her entire body begins to shake violently, as if some strange force has taken control of her. Seconds later, she falls to the ground with a heavy thud. When the teachers rush to her, they discover that she is dead. No one understands what just happened. After medical tests, doctors discover that a deadly virus is responsible. The virus only affects children and teenagers. It spreads rapidly and is fatal to the young, while adults remain completely unaffected. Despite countless efforts, no cure can be found. Within a short time, nearly 90% of children around the world die from this mysterious disease. Even the best doctors fail to save them. The few who survive are no longer normal. The virus gives them unusual abilities, making them more dangerous than anyone expected. Soon, the President of the United States addresses the nation. He reveals that even his own son has been infected. He says he believes scientists and doctors will eventually find a solution. The president urges citizens to report any infected child to the CDC, where they will be taken for treatment and research. A special department is formed to handle the crisis. Next, we meet a young girl named Ruby. Ruby is also infected with the virus, but no one knows yet. Today is her birthday. Her parents celebrate with her and give her a special gift. However, they are deeply worried about her health and fear that something terrible could happen. That night, Ruby cannot sleep alone in her room. She quietly walks to her mother's room, lies beside her, and holds her hand. Suddenly, an orange light flashes in Ruby's eyes. Terrified, she runs back to her room. The next morning, everything seems normal at first, but when her mother enters the room, she looks at Ruby with confusion. She asks, "Who are you, and how did you get into our house?" Her mother does not recognize her at all. Ruby, shocked and heartbroken, insists that she is her daughter. She reminds her mother about the birthday gift from the night before, but her mother remembers nothing. Believing Ruby is an infected child hiding from authorities, she locks her in the storage room.
This is my house! You're my parents!
She immediately contacts the CDC team. When they arrive, she hands over her own daughter. Ruby cries and begs, but no one listens. The officers take her to a bus. Inside, many other infected children sit silently. An armed guard stands nearby, watching them as if they are dangerous criminals. Soon, the bus arrives at the CDC headquarters, where security is extremely tight. When a boy standing in line tries to ask a question, the guards begin beating him mercilessly. Ruby watches in horror. After that, all the children are taken for medical examinations. When it is Ruby's turn, the doctor explains that the virus is causing unusual changes in the children's bodies. He says it is altering their DNA and giving them strange abilities. However, not every child receives the same power. Each ability is different. To classify them, the powers are divided by colors. First are the greens, who are considered the most intelligent. Next are the blues, who have telekinetic strength and can lift heavy objects without touching them. Then come the golds, who can generate and control electricity. These three groups are still considered manageable, but there are two other categories. Red and orange are the rarest and the most dangerous. Reds can create fire with their breath. Oranges have the ability to control minds. Their abilities are seen as such a threat that the government has ordered them to be eliminated immediately if identified. The doctor begins testing Ruby. The results reveal that she is an orange. When the doctor learns this, he prepares an injection to end her life. Ruby quickly realizes she is in danger and tries to escape. Before he can inject her, she grabs his hand and looks directly into his eyes. She firmly tells him that she is not orange, but green. At that moment, an orange glow flashes in her eyes. Her hidden power takes control of the doctor's mind. Without hesitation, he opens her file and changes her status from orange to green. This confirms that Ruby truly possesses mind control. She is then given green clothing. Ruby notices that the camp has children dressed in blue, green, and gold. There are no children wearing red, and none dressed in orange because they have already been executed. Nearly 6 years pass in constant fear. Ruby grows older but struggles to match the sharp intelligence expected from the green group. One day, Captain Mathman notices her unusual behavior. He tells Ruby that she does not seem as intelligent as a green should be. Ruby becomes frightened by his suspicion. Later, as she walks back with her group, a loud, high-frequency sound blasts through the speakers. The sound is so sharp that only the powered children can hear it. It causes them unbearable pain. Overwhelmed, Ruby collapses and loses consciousness. She is taken to the medical room. A doctor examines her carefully. Suddenly, a guard enters and announces that visiting hours are over. Before leaving, the doctor secretly writes something on a piece of paper. After he leaves, Ruby reads the note. It says, "They have discovered that you are orange. If you want to save your life, come to the other room. I'll be waiting there." Ruby follows the message and goes to the doctor. He somehow manages to sneak her to his car. Just then, a guard stops them. Ruby quietly controls his thoughts, and the guard opens the door without resistance. In this way, Ruby escapes with the doctor. For the first time in many years, enters, she sees the outside world. Ruby says she wants to meet her parents again. The doctor warns her that doing so would be extremely dangerous. He gives her a GPS device and tells her to press it whenever she is in trouble so they can track her location. He explains that he is taking her to a camp where many other rescued children like her are hiding. A short time later, the doctor meets one of his colleagues. When Ruby shakes hands with the man, she suddenly has a terrifying vision of children running for their lives. Frightened, she begins to think these people might harm her as well. After this, Ruby goes inside to change her clothes. There, she meets a girl from the Gold Group. Startled by Ruby's presence, the girl uses her electric power and shocks her. She then runs away. Ruby chases after her. However, the girl quickly gets into a van and shuts the door. Ruby calls out, asking for help. Hearing her voice, the Gold Girl, whose name is Zoo, opens the door and hides Ruby inside. Inside the van are two boys, Liam and his friend Charles. To protect herself, Ruby lies and says she is a green and that dangerous people are chasing her. Seeing her fear and innocence, they decide to trust her and let her stay with them. Ruby begins traveling with Liam and his friends in the van, but the danger is far from over. A special team continues chasing them, and the doctor is also searching for Ruby. When it seems they are about to be captured, Liam uses his blue power, the ability to lift objects without touching them. He raises both vehicles off the road, allowing them to escape safely. After some time, they stop at a quiet and isolated place. Charles grows suspicious of Ruby. He cannot understand why a green, considered the safest group, would be running in fear. According to him, she should not be afraid of anyone. Liam asks her why she is running like this. Ruby replies that if they truly want to help her, they can, but if not, she will leave. Liam stops her and explains that they are heading to a safe place led by an orange boy. He says this boy rescues children like them from the camps. Liam assures her there is no danger there and says she can come with them if she wants. Ruby agrees to go along. During the journey, Ruby asks Liam why he escaped from the base. Liam explains that the government was conducting experiments on the children. They planned to turn them into weapons to use against their enemies. That is why he decided to run away. Meanwhile, the doctor who helped Ruby is captured at the camp. He is the same doctor who changed her status to green. Soon after, a masked girl arrives and kills him. That night, while sleeping in the van, Ruby's hand accidentally touches Liam's. The moment their hands connect, Ruby begins seeing Liam's memories. She sees how he tried to save many children while escaping from the base but could not rescue them all. The next morning, little Zoo gives Ruby a beautiful red dress and she looks stunning in it. They continue their journey in the van. On the way, they hear a radio broadcast from the president's son who speaks about hope for the children. He says that if he can be cured, then other children can be cured as well. Later, they stop at an abandoned mall to gather supplies. Suddenly, a group of boys attacks them. Just then, Zoo arrives and uses her electric powers to stop the fight. It turns out those boys are just like them and also have special abilities. The boys warn them that since they escaped from the base, trackers may still be active on them. They say that staying together could put everyone at risk. That night, they have a long discussion. Liam asks them about a mysterious orange boy. He says he has heard that this boy rescues children like them and gives them shelter. Liam explains that they want to find him and asks if they know his location. The boys reply that the place is highly secret and forbidden to share. Liam tries to convince them, but they refuse. Quietly, Ruby uses her power to control one of their minds. Under her influence, the boy reveals the hidden address, but it is given in a coded form. Liam's friend, Charles, who is very intelligent, begins working to decode it. Ruby also helps him. After careful effort, they finally understand the code and feel relieved. Soon after, Ruby asks them to stop near her parents' house. She feels anxious and emotional about seeing them again. She decides to go alone. Her friends drop her near the house. Ruby stands outside but hesitates to approach, fearing her parents will not recognize her. Overcome with sadness, she begins to cry. As she walks away, she accidentally drops the gift her father once gave her and heads toward an empty area. Liam follows her and returns the item. He gently asks what it is. Ruby, holding back tears, says it is the last gift from her father and that it always made her feel less alone. In this moment, it becomes clear that Ruby and Liam have developed feelings for each other. Just as she is about to get back into the van, a girl suddenly appears. She is the same girl who had been chasing them earlier. She has come to capture them. Ruby uses her power to control the girl's mind. She commands her to walk straight into the forest and not stop for any reason, no matter what happens. Ruby's friends watch in shock as they witness the true extent of her ability. They begin to wonder how she is able to do all this. Soon they realize that Ruby has orange powers. Ruby is resting in the van when she overhears Liam and Charles talking. They say they do not want to take anyone else with them. Hearing this, Ruby wakes up and says she will leave. Charles quickly explains that he was only talking about the van, not her. Ruby apologizes and admits that she lied to them. She asks if they are afraid of her because because she is orange. Liam tells her there is nothing to fear. He explains that she should not be scared of her own abilities. Ruby becomes emotional and says she fears her powers because she can erase memories or hurt someone without meaning to. They continue their journey and finally reach the secret hideout where the mysterious boy lives. When they arrive, they discover that the boy, known as Slip Kid, is actually Clancy, the son of the President of the United States. Clancy warmly welcomes them. He tells Ruby she is not alone, as he is also an orange and understands her pain. He promises to teach her how to control her powers so she will not accidentally harm anyone. Ruby begins living at the camp and starts training under Clancy. He teaches her how to read and influence people's thoughts without even touching them. One day, Ruby sits alone, looking very sad. Clancy approaches her and gently takes her hand. Using his power, he sees the memories Ruby has been hiding. He discovers that when Ruby was younger, she once held her mother's hand and accidentally erased every memory her mother had of her. It devastated Ruby that her own mother could no longer recognize her. Clancy is stunned by the strength of her ability, realizing it is far greater than he expected. He admits that he did not even know such power was possible. He tells Ruby that he does not possess the same level of orange power as she does. Clancy then asks if she will teach him. Ruby says she does not even understand how she did it, and that is why she lost her parents. Later, Ruby goes to speak with Liam. However, Liam is upset. He says he knows something is going on between her and Clancy. Ruby denies it and explains that she cannot even get close to anyone because she fears repeating the mistake she made with her parents. After saying this, she walks away. Ruby then goes to find Clancy, who is sitting by the lake. He tells her that despite being free, he still feels the same unease he felt at the base and does not feel truly safe here. Ruby slowly begins to sense that something is not right about the camp. At the same time, Clancy is seen speaking to someone on his laptop. The screen shows the remaining number of blues and oranges. When Ruby approaches, Clancy quickly closes the laptop. Ruby asks to borrow it so her friend can try to contact his family. Instead, Clancy offers Ruby a deal. He tells her he will give her the laptop if she teaches him how to erase people's memories by controlling their minds. Ruby agrees and begins explaining everything she knows about her power. While practicing, she suddenly realizes that Clancy is taking advantage of her trust. Shocked and angry, Ruby pushes him away and runs outside. She breaks down in tears. Liam finds her and asks what happened. Ruby tells him the truth. Liam becomes furious. Ruby stops him and says this is not the time to fight. She explains that they are not safe in this camp and must leave immediately. Secretly, Ruby checks Clancy's laptop and discovers a horrifying truth. Clancy was never a savior. He was loyal to his father, the president. His real plan was to create an army of powered children and hand them over to the government so they could be controlled and used. He had even paid people to capture children and bring them to the camp. Ruby realizes that the camp was not a place of freedom, but a trap for slavery. That night, Ruby and her friends attempt to escape. Clancy quickly finds out. At the same time, the government forces arrive with their commander. Clancy takes control of Liam's mind and forces him to attack mercilessly. Seeing Liam suffer, Ruby's anger explodes. She unleashes her full power and first controls the army commander's mind, forcing him to turn his weapon on himself. Zhu joins the fight using her lightning abilities. Ruby tells her friends to run while she faces Clancy alone. Clancy takes control of the soldiers and orders them to aim their guns. Moments later, he turns them against each other. Despite Ruby's resistance, Clancy overpowers her. He promises to erase all her painful memories and rule the world with her by his side. At the last moment, Ruby regains focus and uses her power to control a helicopter flying above. She crashes it down toward Clancy. A massive explosion follows. In the chaos, Charles saves Ruby but is severely injured. His condition becomes critical, and there seems to be no way to save him. With no other option, Ruby activates the GPS signal in her locket to contact the doctor. The doctor's team arrives and takes Charles for urgent treatment. When Ruby regains consciousness, the doctor informs her that Charles is hospitalized. Liam says he wants to leave and cannot stay any longer. The doctor explains that they are not the enemy. He says their goal is to expose the president and reveal the truth about what has been done to the children. He tells Ruby they need her for this mission and that she could become their leader. Ruby understands that if Liam stays with her, the government will never stop chasing them. With a heavy heart, she makes a painful decision. She goes to Liam and embraces him for the last time. While kissing him, she uses her powers to erase every memory of herself from his mind. Liam no longer remembers who Ruby is. He looks at her like a stranger and walks away. Seeing her love leave her, Ruby becomes overwhelmed with emotion and breaks down in tears. But she knows this sacrifice is necessary to protect Liam. On the other side, Clancy has survived the explosion and is still alive. He now stands in front of the army he has taken control of. Meanwhile, Ruby is fully prepared. She begins raising her own army to fight in the upcoming battle. With this, part 1 of the story comes to an end. Friends, if you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. It motivates us to create more content. Also, let us know in the comments which movie you would like me to explain next.